Hello everyone and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name's Brian, and if you're a returning subscriber, what's up Soul Nation? Thanks for coming back for another Halo video, in which we're talking about rumored 120 frames per second, free multiplayer, a battle pass system, and a Q&A from 343 today. There's a lot to discuss, and let's start with obviously the rumors, the leaks, essentially talking about the Halo multiplayer. And as always, I'm going to give my thoughts. I'd love to know yours, so sound off in the comments below. But this has come from Crobriel. We've seen them leak pretty effectively over the last couple of years, and in this case talking about free-to-play multiplayer, 120 frames per second arena, in which they confirmed that the campaign's going to be 60 frames per second if you're on the Series X. A Battle Pass system, really want to know your thoughts there, and customization options completely new to Halo. Halo will be quote-unquote huge. So first and foremost, my thoughts that if they go ahead and have a free multiplayer aspect, I think this is pretty genius. When you look at the big shooters out there on the market right now, you have Fortnite, you have Valorant, you even have Warzone as a part of Call of Duty, even though the Call of Duty main multiplayer is not free. I think people have starting to come to expect that aspect, and making it free opens it up to a wider range of gamers, especially because this is going to be on PC, both through the Microsoft Store and through Steam. So pretty much only leaving PlayStation out into the cold. We can talk about that in another video if interested, but free multiplayer and a Battle Pass system. My first thought is the Battle Pass system going to be connected into Ultimate? Because if I'm an Ultimate subscriber and I get free Battle Passes, I think that is fine. I think I'm going to be perfectly happy with that. The other side of that, if it's not connected into the Ultimate or Xbox Game Pass in some way outside of the campaign, then I'm going to sit here and say, why should I keep playing the game? Halo, from a multiplayer perspective, has to do more to compete with Destiny, in my opinion. I don't want Halo to be another Destiny clone, but I do want that reason to keep coming back every day or every week, much like I did back in the day with Halo 3. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. That's my thoughts, kind of wrapping up in that aspect. I have actually no issue if they're going to have a Battle Pass system. They're talking about Halo being a 10-year game, in a way, a games as a service. I think that's what we're seeing when it comes down to what it means to be especially a console shooter, but a shooter that lives on and has a long life, a long tail to it. And unfortunately, the majority of the big ones are free. Will this be enough to draw up players that are playing in Fortnite or Warzone or more? And they've even pretty much they got on the record a couple years ago that there's not going to be a battle royale mode. I don't know if that's the right choice, but I think making it open for free to bring more people in is actually a smart choice. And I think that they're kind of adhering to the times. I've been in multiple debates online talking about how Halo needs to go back to its quote-unquote classic. I'm under the impression that Halo needs to evolve in some ways. I don't know if this is the right evolution, so I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, and then it just kind of falls flat on its face. But I do think that I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance, and I hope the Battle Pass system is connected into Game Pass, so that way, from a microtransactions perspective, whether I'm actively playing or not, I'm not going to sit here and have to make some kind of call if I need to spend money on a Battle Pass. But I hope it's that addictive. I hope it's so addictive that I just can't stop playing, and having a Battle Pass unlock itself isn't a problem. That's what I kind of always appreciated about the Battle Pass in Fortnite, is that if you did play, you pretty much got enough coin that you could purchase the next Battle Pass and for its rewards. But we'll have to go and wait and see on that one. Okay, so now we've spent enough time hammering on my thoughts regarding a Battle Pass for Halo in a free multiplayer mode, which is all currently still rumored. Nothing has officially been announced. But what has been clarified is over on Halo Waypoint. Link is in the description below this video. They have questions and answers regarding everything we saw from the gameplay demo in this case. So it opens up with questions about graphics and visuals, and they say, first, we want to acknowledge that yes, we've heard the feedback coming from parts of the community regarding the visuals and in Halo Infinite campaign demo. While we see and hear far more positive than negative, we do want to share a bit more context from our perspective. There are two key areas being debated around the community: and overall art style and visual fidelity. Based on our learnings from Halo 4 and 5 and Halo Wars 2, along with strong community feedback, we decided to shift back towards a legacy aesthetics that defined the original trilogy. With Halo Infinite, we are returning to that more quote-unquote classic art style, which is the key message going back to the very first reveal that garnered enthusiasm and positive responses. This translates to a more vibrant palette, a cleaner models and objectives with less noise. Though it doesn't seem less detail, while we appreciate this may not be everyone's personal preference, we stand by the decision and we're happy to see it resonating with so many of the fans around the world. The second theme being discussed involves visual fidelity. Negative feedback in this area includes comments around characters and objects appearing flat, simplistic, and plastic-like. Lighting felt dull and flat and object pop-in. We've read your comments and we've seen the homemade examples of retouched content, and yes, we've heard the Digital Foundry assessments. In many ways, we are in agreement here. We do have work to do to address some of these areas and raise the level of fidelity and overall presentation in the final game. The build used to run this campaign demo, it was a work in progress from several weeks ago, with a variety of graphical elements and game systems still being finished and polished. While some of the feedback was expected and speaks to the areas already in progress, other aspects of the feedback have brought in new opportunities and considerations to light that the team is taking very seriously and working to assess. We don't have firm answers or outcomes to share yet, but the team is working as quickly as possible on plans to address some of the feedback around detail, clarity, and overall fidelity. The team is committed to focusing on making sure that we have a beautiful world for players to explore when we launch. Now, what about multiplayer beta flighting? So it says Xbox Game Pass Showcase was only meant to focus on Halo Infinite's campaign. However, I can't blame you that you're all curious about the multiplayer aspects and experience. As Chris Lee mentioned in his blog, we've accompanied the demo last week. Our original plans for large-scale fighting aren't where we originally intended, a large part due to the challenges of working from home during this COVID-19 issue. At the time, we were honestly not sure what's going to be possible in terms of flighting. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that word, but we still hope to have an opportunity for broader public hands-on before release. And as we previously stated, we will be relying on flighting and continued feedback in the community partnership well beyond launch as we grow to evolve the game to be better. So what happened to Cortana? The created blue team, Fire Team Osiris, Lucky, Lasky, UNSC, Infinity, Halsey, Arbiter, and Aatrox. What is Harbinger? Last week, we showed the mission that takes place several hours into the campaign. During the conclusion of that small slice, we introduced War Chief Iscarium, and who defeated the UNSC forces in the ring and is eager to his next challenge. To see what led up to that moment and what is coming after, you need to play Halo Infinite's campaign. As many of you know, I'm super opposed to spoilers and loading up on the answers in a trailer demo. It would be just poor form. Rest assured, many of your questions will be answered by time you play the game. So how is it pronounced? Eshurum. Eshurum, okay. Who are the voice actors playing the pilot and Eshurum? They sound familiar. We're thrilled and lucky to welcome two incredible actors in the Halo family, Nicholas Royal and the pilot Darren DePaul as banished War Chief Eshurum. Will we get a chance to play the campaign demo? Yes, the game comes out, you'll be able to play this space and take out the banished and the anti-aircraft turrets. Are there going to be kill barriers or return to battlefield zones in campaign? Since we want to allow players to explore and get creative with their engagements, we've tried to reduce these as much as possible in Halo Infinite. There will always be some exceptions, but usually if you can see it, you should be able to go there. What about split screen and co-op? Campaign will support 2-player split screen and 4-player online co-op. Yes, you can play on your couch with a friend. Now they say campaign in this case, so guys, keep it. Look, I think if it's free as well, that's going to help reduce barriers, especially for like couch co-op aspects and with the XCloud. Anyway, long story short, more things to talk about in future videos. Is there a battle rifle in Halo Infinite? I didn't see one in the demo. Yes, you can check out the campaign gameplay trailer and watch closely. You'll see a glimpse of the BR-75, and we'll share more details later. The new MK50 sidekick and the CQS-48 Bulldog look cool. Will there be other pistols or shotguns in the game? We're excited to build on Halo's legacy sandbox while we also introduce new components to further evolve and expand gameplay experiences. The MK50 sidekick and the CQS-48 Bulldog are brand new weapons that bring something different for players to sink their teeth into. The sidekick is a true sidearm pistol that is lightning fast to draw and fire, truly excelling as a reliable backup when your primary weapon is depleted and a brute is bearing down on you. Compared to the previous titles, this weapon is closest to Halo's 2 version of the Magnum. The Bulldog is a pump-action shotgun that is punchy and decently accurate, trading slightly lower damage, 12 gauge versus 8 gauge, for a much higher rate of fire. Players will be able to better equip and dispatch multiple targets quickly, and the Bulldog provides more playstyle opportunities for shotgun aficionados. There are additional variants of each of these, but the Magnum and the Tactical Shotgun aren't currently featured in Halo Infinite. As we look beyond launch, we have a robust plans to continue evolving the game, which will include further additions to the Halo Infinite sandbox. We understand some players won't be thrilled over the prospects of different pistols and shotguns, but we encourage you to keep an open mind as we look forward to everyone getting hands-on in this perspective and these new weapons when the time comes. So here's an interesting discussion point, because I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, they're going to really miss the old shotgun. I think I'm one of them, unless I'm on the other end of it. My brother is a shotgun aficionado. That is his jam. Anytime he can get his hands on with the shotgun, that's how he plays. So I'm going to have to talk to him about this. I know he hasn't seen this video yet because I'm recording it, but I'm going to have to see what his thoughts are on that. Maybe we can do a collab. I haven't been able to collab with my brother in a long time, so it'll be kind of fun to do so. Anyway, how will the new grappling hook work in multiplayer? Equipment items like the grapple shot function they did differently in multiplayer and will be available as items that can be picked up on the map, kind of feeling Halo 3 in that regards. So we've heard 4K, 60 frames per second. Is that the best you can do even on PC? To clarify, 40K 60 frames is our target to the expansive campaign experience on Xbox Series X. As PC's players expect, there'll be plenty of settings that you can tweak to create the experience you want, and we'll have even more details on that coming months. Speaking of PC, is it true that Infinite will be coming to Steam? Yes, Halo Infinite will be available on PC via Xbox Game Pass for PC or Microsoft Store or Steam, in addition to Xbox Series X, the entire Xbox family of consoles. Will difficulty settings such as easy, normal, heroic, and legendary still exist in this expansive campaign? Yes, just like previous Halos, you'll be able to choose from preferred difficulty in the menu before beginning your adventure. Who created the music in the campaign demo? We're excited to welcome 3 new composers to the Halo family, and we're all contributing to this amazing soundtrack for Halo Infinite. Much of what was heard in the demo comes from Gareth Coker, and you can check out this interview earlier this week. Again, link is in the description, and to listen to the official soundtrack, Set a Fire in Your Heart. Last week, we wanted to focus solely on the campaign, and we'll touch up all the aspects of our game in the coming months, though we have already confirmed the return of the new and improved Forge and some very exciting plans for the next era of Halo esports on our What Is Next for HES blog and the Esports Engine partnership. So how's Craig? Well, we've all laughed very hard at the nonstop stream of Craig memes, and the community is cranking out. Craig thinks is thick-skinned, and he seems to be taking it in stride, though his fame and attention seems to be going to his head. I had an extremely specific question. What about that? Trust me, we'll get to it eventually. You can answer every question about a video game in an 8-minute campaign demo. Hold tight. We will get through this together. Now, at this point, they kind of basically summarize it in universal timing. It follows Master Chief's story and basically concludes what's been happening in Halo 5's Guardian. The pro team, they've assembled a pro team for Halo Infinite. They have split screen for 2-player in campaign. Nothing else confirmed. LAN, Halo Infinite will support LANs, which is great. Back in black. Black undersuits will be in the game. Microtransactions. Halo Infinite will not include real money loot boxes, so we will obviously see something on the Battle Pass and things like that, but no real money loot boxes. I'm glad that no loot boxes exist, but there's always going to be a debate raging on regarding microtransactions. Player customization. If you like the level of armor customization options in Halo Reach, you'll be pleased. SR-152. Players who hit SR-152 in Halo 5 Guardians will receive a token of appreciation in Halo Infinite, and Forge, our famous editing tool, will be in Halo Infinite and will have undo redo buttons, and which is a first for Forge. Guys, and then the rest is goes into so much more information just regarding Master Chief Collection and things like that. I'd love to know your thoughts about the upcoming Halo Infinite, guys. I'm personally hoping that we get something that really just captures our imagination. It really brings the Halo universe back into the forefront of everybody's minds. If they bring multiplayer as a free-to-play, if they bring in this kind of aspect to rival that of what is currently on the market, I think that's a smart move. I think it is. I think it is. I think that's the right move to be able to get all these kids, all these young adults, all these fans of the franchise back in playing the game, unlocking different things. And I hope that if that's true, it has that Game Pass integration, because honestly, I don't want to pay for it. Like, at the end of the day, like, if I could sit here and say, hey, cool, every new season, whatever length the season ends up being for the Battle Pass, I get that because I'm already part of Game Pass. Well, that's just more value to Game Pass, and that's more reason for me to jump back into Halo and not feel like I have to, just decide if I want to spend money in it or not. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to know yours, any and all, in the comments below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and you feel like we've earned it, I hope you hit that like button. If you were new here and this is your first time and you haven't subscribed yet, if this video did it, let me know why you subscribed in this video. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can let me know what would help you hit that subscribe button in future videos. So that's gonna be it, guys. I love you. I love your faces. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.